My dear students, I welcome you all to my educational channel. The name of my educational channel is Priyankar Dotto. In this educational channel, you will find video presentations on English language and literature of school level, college level, as well as of competitive examinations. Now, today's assignment is a video presentation on the poem entitled On Killing a Tree. The name of the poet is Giv Patel. In my earlier video presentation, I mentioned that Giv Patel is an Indian poet. Not only that, I have given a short biographical sketch of Giv Patel, and I have also given a brief account of the literary works produced by him. Now, the topics to be covered in this video presentation are discussion of stanza 2 of the poem just mentioned, word notes of the same stanza, and paraphrase of the same stanza. Now, let us move to the next page so that you can look at the text and hear the discussions which are very much related to it. So, this obviously is the second stanza of the poem, as I have already mentioned. Now, in the first stanza, the poet mentioned that giving a simple jab of the knife will not kill a tree. In order to explain why is the method of applying or giving a jab of the knife is ineffectual to kill a tree, Giv Patel has given a detailed account of the life force of the tree and the cause of this life force. So, since the aim is settled, the name, as you all know, is to kill the tree. So, the first method has failed. You know very well that the first method is giving a jab of the knife to the stem of the tree. So, here is the second method. The method is hack and chop. So, we have got here two verbs. The first one is hack. Hack means cut someone or rather something with a sharp tool. Here, the poet wants to mean that the stem of the tree is hacked and the hacked part is chopped. Chopped means turned into several pieces. Of course, the stem is first of all cut near the soil, and then this hacked part is divided into several parts so that the act of killing a tree succeeds. But there is a note of surprise, as we find in the conjunction in the next line. The poet says, but, that is, what the reader has expected is not going to be fruitful or effective. That is, hacking and chopping will not kill the tree. The poet says, this alone won't do it. By the word alone, the poet means only. That is, only hacking and chopping will not accomplish the desired task of killing the tree. Not so much pain will do it. The poet does not forget to mention that hacking and chopping will cause great pain anxiety, rather physical suffering to the tree. So the poet looks upon the tree as a human being, and the noun pain is an evidence of it. This impression of looking upon the tree as a human being is reinforced in the fourth line, where the poet says, the bleeding bark will heal. So, after hacking and chopping is done, sap is bound to ooze out of the injured part of the stem. This sap is equivalent to human blood. After a human being gets injured, blood obviously comes out of the injured part, and the immunity which that person has helps the flowing of blood to stop. The blood congeals, frozen. Okay. Similarly, here the oozing of sap stops. That's why the poet says the bleeding bark will heal. Heal means recover, come round. So the oozing of sap will stop. The injury done to the stem of the tree will get better and better, and the tree will come out of it. And from close to the ground, I have mentioned that the stem of the tree is cut with a sharp tool as close to the ground as possible. I have mentioned it while clarifying the significance of the verb hack, which is obviously there in the first line of this stanza. Will rise curled green twigs. Twig means small branches. Small branches which are green in color. Those branches are curled means those are not straight. Those branches will come out of that injured part of the stem. But these are basically twigs, that is small and thin branches. So there is a basic difference between twigs and boughs or branches of standard size. The difference is both in length as well as in expansion. That's why the poet looks upon these twigs as miniature boughs, which, if unchecked, so if the development of these twigs is not prevented from without, these twigs or small branches will expand again to former size. That is, unless these branches are not put under severe threat from without, these small branches will grow in size. These will give the tree the shape which it originally had. That is, the tree had before it was hacked and chopped. So here is a clear-cut case of remaking. The tree remakes itself because of the vitality which it has. So in this connection, you must keep in mind an idea which has been presented in the first stanza, that is, the slow but steady growth of the tree has given the tree itself this vitality. So the reinforcement of the idea of vitality and the continuous human effort of killing a tree are the 2 points which connect the first stanza with the second stanza. This is what I have to say about the discussion of this stanza. Now let us move to the next page to take down some word notes from this stanza. The first word note is so, it means therefore. The next word is hack. The word means cut. You may add with it with a sharp tool, such a one being an axe. The next word is chop. It means divide into small pieces. The image of the felling of tree is here, is present here. You must write is present here. Okay. The next word note is this. The word this here means hacking and chopping. The next word note is alone. It means only. The next word note is do. The word is very simple, but here the word means accomplish the desired task. As you all know, the desired task is nothing but the killing of the tree. The next word is it. It's a simple pronoun, but here the word means the act of killing a tree. The next word note refers to a phrase. It is so much pain. It means the physical trouble exerted to the tree. The next word note is it. It's a pronoun. It means the act of killing a tree. The next word note is bleeding. Means that from which blood is flowing. You may write that the act of the flowing of blood. Here the tree is equated to a human being. While discussing the stanza, I have mentioned it clearly. The next word note is bark. It is means the height of the tree. It is from the bark that the sap starts to ooze after the tree is hacked at the trunk. The next word is heal. It means be cured. It seems as if the tree undergoes a medical process in which the tree is both the patient and the doctor. So, both the ideas are associated and ingrained in the tree only because the tree has the vitality in itself to combat physical attacks or onslaughts of average degree. The next word note is close. It means near. The next word note is ground. It means soil. Of course, the word ground here means soil. In another context, the word may mean something else. The next word note is rise. It means grow up. The next word note is curled. It means curly. The next word note is green. It means active and fresh. The next word note twigs. It means tender shoots. The next word note is miniature. It means very small. The next word note is boughs. It means branches. The next word note is unchecked. It means not prevented from without, from developing. The next word note is expand. It means develop in size. The next word note is again. It means once more. The next word note is former. It means earlier. The final word note from this stanza is size. It means appearance. You may add with it a comment, that is, the act of remaking is suggested here. I have clearly mentioned how the idea of remaking is embedded in this stanza, while giving a discussion of the stanza itself. To the final part of this video presentation, that is the paraphrase. I am slowly reading down the paraphrase to you. Please be attentive and listen to the paraphrase of this stanza. Therefore, the stem of the tree has to be hit with rough blows and cut into pieces with a sharp tool. However, doing these things only will not destroy a tree fully. The activities just mentioned will surely cause suffering to the tree, but the life of the tree will not be taken away through these efforts. The activities will, however, cause injury to the tree. It is because of this injury that sap will come out of the outer covering of the injured part of the tree. This sap is equivalent to human blood. In the course of time, this sap will dry up. After a few days, shoots will come out of that part of the tree where the stem has been cut. These shoots will be bent up in appearance and green in color. These twigs are the branches of the tree in miniature form. You may add the before branches. If these twigs are allowed to develop unobstructed, they will achieve that size of the branches which have been cut while making an attempt to take away the life of the tree. Before I come to the valedictory note, here is an important declaration. There is a link in the description of this video presentation. By clicking on the link, you will be able to go to my personal blog or website where you will be able to view and download materials of this video presentation, that is word notes of stanza 2 of the poem and paraphrase of stanza 2 of the poem. But keep in mind that the link will be provided in the description only when the material will be uploaded in the blog or website. Now, coming to the valedictory note. Before concluding this video presentation, I would request you to subscribe my channel, to share this video presentation as well as other video presentations, to put forward your comment and your queries in the comment section of this video presentation. I thank you all. See you all in my next video presentation. Thank you.